Hi YouTube, it's Michelle. It's my week 54, 50, is that right? 54, 55 update. It is July the 14th, and so I am 1 year and 2 weeks post-op, and my start weight, if you haven't been watching, was 232 pounds, and my current weight is 160.2. So, I was 162 last time I came in 2 weeks ago. It means I've lost 2 pounds in 2 weeks, but really I went up from that. I don't know what happened. It wasn't like I was eating poorly or what, but I did have like a slight weight gain, but then I lost it all. So I wasn't sure if it was just water weight or what, but I was today 160. So that's good. I'm 5 pounds away from my goal, which is 155 to 145, and so I'm really close. I was really hoping to make it my hair. Sorry, it's bothering me, and I come in a MAC so I can see myself. So I'm happy. I wanted to make it by my 1 year, but I didn't. So I mean, I'm still like a happy, healthy weight for my height and everything. So there's nothing I really can complain about in that sense. Things are just sort of going same old. I started personal training session yesterday. It was my first personal training session in hopes that I can start to work out, which, as you know, if you've been following my journey, that you know that's been a huge struggle for me. Eating is fine, water is fine, it's the working out that really I haven't been able to get a hold of. So I've lost 70 plus pounds just with diet alone. But so I had my first personal training session yesterday, and then I'm going to be doing that once a week and hopefully doing some cardio in between. But what I was really happy about was that I used to be really super fit, and the personal trainer was just like asking me questions and stuff, and before he like knew that I used to work out, he did like a physical assessment on me, and he was like, you're actually not that out of shape. He's like, you have really good cardio and you have like good technique and good core strength, so even though I haven't worked out for a really long time, it doesn't seem as though I've lost a lot of my skills. So I'm sure my endurance is lacking and stuff like that, but at least I'm not completely down and out. So that's good. I guess what I wanted to talk about in my year, but didn't have time in that video, was how, like, reflection on my year of being a lap bander. And a lot of the time, what I feel like at the beginning of my journey, I really was like very selective about who I told, and now I like will tell everyone I've had weight loss surgery. And sometimes I feel as though people think, not thin people, because I feel like people that are thin and they hear they got like weight loss surgery, they're all like, that's awesome because now you're like super fit, and which I think is funny because I'm not in shape. I might be like a normal BMI, but I'm not like super fit. And I find that like really thin people understand, but it's like people that are bigger or have weight problems that don't understand. They're like, oh, you took the easy way out. And then I think it's so silly because, as you know, as a lap bander or anyone who's had weight loss surgery, this is not an easy way out. And for example, this is an example I'll use. Yesterday, one of my coworkers asked me to have lunch with her cousin who is going into the same career path I am, just to give her some insight into it. And so I never met this girl before, and she was super nice and cute, and we had lunch, and I didn't eat anything unusual, or I didn't eat too much, but as you know, as a lap bander, sometimes randomly things get stuck, and I got so stuck at this restaurant, I had to excuse myself like 5 times from the table, and I haven't PB'd in like a week, and I was like violently PBing. Oh, my cat's gonna open my door. Hold on. I'm gonna. I was like violently PBing, and I had to tell her. I had to be like, you know, explain to her like that I had weight loss surgery and everything, and she was like, oh, like, and she's very thin, and she was like, don't worry, you look awesome, like, that's so amazing that you did that for yourself. And I'm much more open about it now, so I don't get embarrassed or anything like that, but she was so nice and so supportive, but still, like, that's so embarrassing. A total stranger who's coming to meet you, and I'm, like, having to excuse myself from the table every 5 minutes to go throw up. So, that was awful. I don't think, like, don't tell me I'm overfilled, because I'm not. I have a good level of restriction. I'm not sure what the issue is. I think that, like, we all have foods that don't agree with us, and for me, lettuce. I tried it a million times. It doesn't matter if I have, like, 1 cc, or right now I have 3.7 cc's in my band. Lettuce does not sit well with me, so I have to be really, really careful, and I had lettuce yesterday, so I guess I did it to myself. But it's definitely not the easy way out, so that's a story I'll share. I guess, you know, I'm just happy. I went to a wedding last weekend, and there was, like, pictures taken of me and put on other people's Facebooks that I'm not friends with, and, like, some of my friends were like, oh, I saw you on so-and-so's Facebook. And I'm not concerned about the pictures that were taken, because I know I don't look, like, you know, I don't need the right, like, angle to look, you know, good. Like, I feel good about myself, so, I mean, I definitely made the right decision in having this surgery. I can't really complain. I paid it off. It's not comfortable. I mean, like, yesterday my whole night was written off because I was, like, sore. I mean, I woke up today normal, but realistically I have to be on liquids for a few days now, or, like, soft, mushy foods, because I had such a bad PB yesterday, and it interferes with your day-to-day, and I can't, like, live a normal life yet, but I don't for 1 minute regret having the surgery at all. It's been, like, such a blessing for me, and that I've, like, regained myself, and I feel good, and I'm, like I said, 5 pounds away from my goal, like, the high end of my goal range, and then I want to lose another 10 pounds. I want to be 145 to 155, and, like, live that happy, healthy life, and I hope I'm satisfied then. It's kind of weird, like, I think maybe I talked about this in my last video, like, everybody has parts of their body they don't like, and, like, my legs are super thin, but I have, like, a broad, really broad back, kind of. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if that was a good representation of my back. And, like, I don't like my arms, kind of, like, I've lost so much weight that my arms are sort of not very tight. And so those are insecurities I have, and it's weird because I was, like, when I was, like, 168, for example, I thought I looked better than I do at 160, so my body's going through, like, this weird change, which I've talked about before. Sometimes, like, I haven't lost a pound, and people are like, you look thinner, and I'm like, no, I know I look thinner, too, but now I've lost about 10 pounds, and I feel, like, bigger, so it's weird. My cat's trying to get in again, so I'm gonna probably cut this video short, but it's weird. So that's a part of my personal training. I feel like I talked about wanting to, like, kind of, like, firm up my arms. I don't want, like, to be muscly, but, like, just so it's not, like, so flabby, and, like, kind of tone my back so I'm not so self-conscious of it. But that's it. I guess I'll see you next week, and thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for commenting, and if you need any, I've been emailing people because they've been private messaging me, but if you want to public message me, go ahead, and everyone can share, or maybe I'll make a video of the questions I've been asked, and yes, and I promise, I know, like, 3 people asked me last week if I would make, like, a vegetarian, like, how I'm a vegetarian lap bander, and I will do that. I've been promising, but I will show you how I do it. So I'll see you next week, guys.